Hello guys, what's going on? I haven't made a ranting video in a long time, and I thought, why not make a ranting video again? Today's rant is going to be about bad neighbors and why they suck. Now, I made two videos about our neighbors. One video I showed their yard and how ugly it is. I know it might be a bad thing to do, but I just had to get it out there because I hate them so much that I just wanted to show you something about their yard. In the second video I uploaded about our neighbors is that they're moving. Isn't that awesome news? Our neighbors are moving. Can't you believe it? Our terrible garbage piece of crap neighbors are moving. And I'm pretty sure everyone's watched it already. If not, go check it out. It's already uploaded by now. I uploaded it probably about a couple days ago, probably a week ago. Go check it out if you haven't already. So I'm gonna talk about some cons about bad neighbors, and I'm gonna talk about reasons why they're bad. And one reason why neighbors might be bad is because they call the police on you all the time. They call the fire department on you all the time. Now, one time I was testing my fire alarms. It was around maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just came home from school, and my mom thought I could go ahead and test out my fire alarm, so I thought, why not? So I go ahead and I test my fire alarms out, and I turn it on, and the fire alarms flash, they go off, they make their sound, and I leave them on for a little while. They were probably going on for maybe about 30 minutes or so, maybe half an hour, the fire alarms are going off. And then all of a sudden I hear a knock on the door. And then I go to Mom's room and I turn off the alarm and I say, "Hey, someone's here." So she goes to the door, and apparently she went to the wrong door. But then she called out for the guy, and he actually came. And he was saying that there's a lady next door and she's complaining about your fire alarms and you need to stop it. Now, this kind of is stupid because, you shouldn't take it out on us because it's not really our fault. He then says that I have to stop using my fire alarms. Yeah, that's pretty sad, isn't it? The fire guy said I have to stop using my fire alarms. That really pissed me the fuck off. I really apologize for cussing. I really do. I don't mean to swear in front of you guys. I really apologize for that, but I just can't help it. I'm so mad. But yeah, the fire department said I can't use my alarm no more, and I told him that's what I like to play with, and he said, play with something else. That's the only thing I have to play with. That's stupid. Just let me play with my fire alarm. I love my fire alarm. It's awesome. Fire alarm is my favorite thing. Fire alarms are awesome, and yeah. He also said that he's gonna find my mother if it happens again. If he comes over again, he's gonna fine my mother a lot of money, and she'll get a ticket just because I'm using my fire alarms. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a second time. The same guy happened to come over again. However, this time he was actually nice about it. Now, we have terrible neighbors over there too, and they live in a blue house. And we used to be friends with those guys. Not anymore. I'm gonna tell you something that happened. On the last day of school, it was June 26th. The last day of school, I came home, June 26th, 2018, and I decided I would test my fire alarms out, and I checked them. I made sure the strobe worked, and I made sure the horn worked, and on all alarms, the horn did work, so I went outside and checked the strobes from the outside, and apparently the neighbors saw me, and they called, just because I was standing outside. My mom says that that's really stupid. The fire guy came, and he said that they were concerned about it. Isn't that stupid? Don't you agree with me? Yeah, they really did that, people. I'm not even joking. They actually called just because I'm sitting outside and because the fire alarm's going off. And the neighbors over there weren't even home. Yeah, the neighbors weren't even home. So it was kind of weird, but those guys did it over there. Because those are the only people who were home at the time, so those are the only people to do it. So yeah. Now, another thing that happened with our neighbors is when a fire truck came to our house. Now, this was probably back in 2017, right even before Colin started YouTube. It was around springtime, maybe around February or March or so in 2017. And it was just a regular day, and I thought of testing my fire alarm. Now, at that time, I had a Gentex Commander 3. I had a Gentex Commander 3, and I thought I would test it. So I tested beep, 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 and, you know, it made beep, 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 and it was going off for about 15 minutes or so. And then I turned off, and I was actually outside, and I see the fire truck coming. The fire truck was actually coming, like, straight down the road. The fire truck came, and I saw it. And then I told my mom, and then she came to the door, and the fire department actually came, and they told us that there's a fire alarm going off. And they were asking, is there anything going wrong? Is there a fire or something? And my mom said, no, my son's just playing with his fire alarm. You know, he always does that. And the fire department thought, why not you show us? So I take out my Gentex, I turn it on, beep, 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 and they see it. And yeah, beep, beep, beep. And they thought it was pretty cool. And then they said, you know, maybe you should put the alarm like in a spot where, you know, the neighbors can't hear it. Like, I had the fire alarm outside when it happened. Like, the fire alarm was like outside, and the neighbors heard it. So the fire department told us to put the fire alarm inside, and so that's what I did. 10 months later, I have my fire alarm like inside my room. My windows are closed, the doors are closed. I test it again. This time it's a Wheelock. Beep, beep, beep. The fire department come again. Now this time the strobe light's the problem. Apparently the neighbors are calling because they're concerned about our safety. No, they're just doing it to waste the fire department's time. I'm not even doing nothing. The neighbors are just being idiots. They're calling because of the fire alarm going off, and now there's a lady there who's complaining about it. I'm glad they're moving so I don't have to deal with them anymore. You know? Yeah. So they come, they knock on the door again. Mom repeats what she said. My son's playing with this fire alarm. There's nothing really going wrong. The fire department leave, and it is what it is. But it happened again. You know? So, my mom told me, now this was way before I was born. My mom told me that there was chickens, pet. We had that. Mom told me that we had pet chickens, and apparently they were making noises early in the morning. And she told me that the neighbors called the town on them, and the town came and they had to take the chickens away. Like, that's, you know, those are our pets. You don't take pets away, you know, that's stupid. You don't do that. You know, there are pets, you know, you don't take, you know, the chickens, you know, they're just, you know, they have feelings too, you know, and if they don't care, they take the chickens away, and it's our neighbors' faults. You know, they're a bunch of idiots. Yeah, that's, guess what? We're not done yet. Now, you know how our yard is, right? Now, probably like a year ago, our yard was like really long. Our yard had fallen trees. Our yard had long grass. Our yard had a broken fence. And the neighbors next door in the White House, I showed you their yard, they call the town on our yard. So the town guy comes, clean this yard up or you're getting a fine, he says. You know, the neighbors call apparently because they don't like it that our yard is all messy. We don't even have very good lawn equipment. How can we clean it? You know, they're a bunch of idiots. So they keep their yard tidy, but ours is like so messy. Now, I'm pretty sure you've seen my yard in certain videos. Is it kind of messy? Maybe, but I've made lawn mowing videos and stuff like that, and weed whacking and stuff. And you've seen it. I've showed it to you. Yeah, and it's really trying best as possible to make the yard look good. Maybe it doesn't look the best. My mom says, you know, I need to do some more work, but, you know, because I've been staying up all night lately, I think that's a good thing that I should do. You know, stay awake, I gotta go outside and keep busy, you know, that's just the right thing to do. So the neighbors don't have to call the town on us anymore. So the neighbors don't have to call the fire department on us anymore. So the neighbors don't have to get us in trouble anymore. They are moving. And I found out that they're moving in a couple of weeks. They're supposed to be out of here before the end of the summer. They're supposed to be out of here before the school season starts. I'm really happy. Yeah. I'm gonna just talk about one more thing that they've done to us. Apparently, one time I was getting revenge for them calling because of our fire alarm, and apparently I was blasting music outside my window. Suppose we're having a party. The neighbors called the cops again just because we're playing music. Yeah, guys, the neighbors called the cops again just because I'm playing my music outside my window. Isn't that stupid? You know, he called the cops because we're playing music. And I did that purposely to get revenge on him calling because his wife's complaining about the fire alarm. You know, that's stupid, you know. The neighbors in the blue house and the neighbors in the white house, they suck. Yeah, the blue house neighbors aren't moving, but luckily they're not as bad as these idiots over there. So I'm glad that they're moving, and I'm glad to say it to you. But there's a for sale sign out there right now. I don't know if you've watched the video or not, but if you've seen it, then you know that there's a for sale sign out there. So yeah. So this is my rant on, you know, bad neighbors. Basically, I just talked about what our neighbors have done in the past to be bad. But yeah, this is my rant. Basically, it doesn't seem like a rant, but I'm gonna call it a rant. Yeah, basically that's it, you know. Yeah. You know, if you're gonna be a bad neighbor, why are you even gonna, you know, be a next door neighbor? If you can't be a kind neighbor, then why are you gonna even be one to begin with? You know, that's stupid. You know, be a nice neighbor, you know. Make sure your wife is nice too, you know. All they do is just try to get us in trouble for no reason at all, you know. What I've been told, they're listening for my fire alarm, and if they hear it, they're gonna call the fire department. And during the week time, the husband and wife, they're both at work. So when they're not home, I have my chance to do the fire alarm. So at 11:30 in the morning, 11:30 this morning, I'm gonna conduct a fire drill. Mom's gonna turn on the alarm, and I'm gonna have a fire drill. I'm gonna record it for you guys because I know you're gonna want to see it. Yeah. You're gonna see me record a fire drill video at 11:30 coming up this morning. Yeah, this is my rant on terrible neighbors, and yeah, I'll see you pretty soon.